Christian, is there anything in this series that, like, through the first two games that you think has surprised or something that you didn't expect going in?
No, I don't think so. I think that it's been a physical series. It's been good basketball. It's been a fun series to be a part of, but nothing has shocked me. I knew how physical they were going to be. We knew how talented they were. We knew how good Kawhi was. We knew how good James was, but they're just a good team. It's not something we didn't expect.
AG and Jamal both talked about doing whatever you can to make Kawhi a little more uncomfortable, get him off his spots. I know he has a lot of spots, so I guess it seems like one of those things easier to talk about. How hard is that to do?
Yeah, I mean, he hit a lot of tough shots, and that's who he is. That's who he's always been. So it is tough to do, but we got to throw different things at him, be physical, and just continue to do what we did. I mean, we got to be better than we were in Game 2, obviously. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to be physical. Like I say, he's going to hit tough shots, but we got to show him more bodies, just be more physical.
What do you remember about your trip to the Intuit Dome earlier this season? What kind of environment are you expecting?
I'm excited. I think that it's going to be great. I think that the crowd's going to be great. Obviously the Intuit Dome's pretty cool to play in. But I'm really excited. I think that no matter where we played, it was going to be a good environment. It's going to be a high-level basketball game. I'm just excited to go to LA and get Game 3.
How much pressure are you guys feeling with the series tied up at 1?
Nah, we knew it was going to be a tough series. Obviously, we feel like we gave one away, but I know that they feel the same way. Could be 2-0, we could be 0-2, but it doesn't really matter. It's 1-1. We're going to LA. We need to handle our business in Game 3. But it's a fun series. It's intense. It's good basketball, and that's what you want to be a part of. Obviously, you want to win every game, but we knew it wasn't going to be easy.
Go ahead, Ryan.
You guys forced 20 turnovers in the first game. I think it was only about 11 in the second game. Just where do you think the Clippers improved in terms of ball control that you guys can kind of get back to in Game 3?
I think they were organized. I think that they have guys that did a really good job of being decisive and making plays. And I think Kawhi was really decisive in Game 2. He was going downhill. He was getting to his spots. He was scoring. He kind of got back to who he is. Obviously, James is so good with the ball. So James is going to be James. But, they were really decisive. They were aggressive, and they did a better job than we did of taking care of the ball. And I think that's why they won the game.
Kind of on the flip side of that, how many of your guys' 20 turnovers in Game 2 do you feel like were – it wasn't them causing them, but you know what I'm saying? Like, how many of those turnovers were just on you guys not being as sharp as you needed to be?
I don't know. I think that, a turnover is a turnover, no matter how it's created, obviously. We had too many. And I think that it was a big part of why we lost. No matter what time of the game they came at. They're like momentum-shifting turnovers, I think, that we had. And I had a couple offensive fouls, too. And, whenever you do turn the ball over, obviously you don't get a chance to put points on the board, and they come down there so good offensively. That's kind of tough to recover from when you give it away that many times. And so we know we got to be better as far as the turnovers go.
Because the NBA likes to space out these opening series, you get the extra day. So how nice was it just to be able to get away for a day and kind of collect your thoughts and all that, and then get back in the gym before you go play?
I think it's good for your body to get away, but I'm just excited. When you lose, you get to come back and redeem yourself, and you get a chance to go compete in another really high-level game. And now we get to go to LA and, like you said, play in the Intuit Dome. So it's gonna be a fun game. And honestly, I don't like as much time in between at this time of year. I'd rather just know what's gonna happen. Be in the moment, playing those big games, and so we're excited.
Christian, do you expect the physicality in the series to continue, or do you think the refs might start calling it a little tighter?
I expect to continue. I think that they're a physical team. That's how they guard. We're a physical team, and I think that both sides have had really good moments as far as physicality has gone, and really good moments defensively. And like I said, they play better down the stretch. Second game, we play better down the stretch. First game, but I don't expect the physicality to go anywhere.
Without giving away the game plan too much, just against a defense this good, what type of things can you guys try to do to get yourself more freedom offensively?
I think we just got to be organized, be in the right spots. We know who's blitzing. We know, where they're coming off of, who they're helping off of. We know these things. We've played them for 2 games now. But just being organized, being in the right spots, keeping things simple, making sure the right guys have the ball at the right time, I think is important for us. But I know that taking care of the ball is going to be big for us. And a lot of that is just being organized and being in the right spots, not having 2 guys in the same spot. I know we'll have that cleaned up for Game 3.
Last year against Minnesota, you guys talked about the sequences where you didn't feel like you were getting a whistle you liked and how that kind of got to you guys mentally over the course of the series. There was a little bit of a sequence in the third quarter where obviously it seemed like there was a lot of frustration. Did you guys like how you generally were able to play through that a bit more and stay in the game ultimately, even though the result didn't work out the same?
Yeah, I think that we did a good job. I think that we were in the game, right where we needed to be, and we just made too many mistakes. I don't think it was, anything like that. I think we did a good job of, staying level-headed, being in the moment. And I think we played pretty well, in game 2. I think it just didn't go our way at the end, and we got some things to clean up. And all that matters is that we get those things fixed and be ready to get a win in game 3.
Take one more.
And we knew it was going to happen, but DA is no longer undefeated. How was he after his first loss?
Well, I think he's great. I mean, he comes in, he just talks about the stuff we need to know, nothing extra. Teaches us kind of where we need to be, the things we did wrong. He's straight to the point, and I think DA's great, man. We've all known that for a long time. His knowledge for the game is, as high as anybody's I've ever been around. But he's great, and I think he's going to have us prepared. Like I said, I have a ton of confidence in the guys. Bouncing back, I have a ton of confidence in the coaching staff, putting us in the right positions to succeed.